What is up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson back once again here from Central North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for checking me out this holiday week as we get into Thanksgiving week. It is a wonderful 73 degrees here in Central North Carolina. I can almost hear the boos from everyone in the northern states dealing with 50s and 40s. Yes, 75 degrees here in the wonderful Central North Carolina. And as you guys can see, we're not going to walk the lawn today. I am going to try to show you some of the spray that I'm going to do here, but it did darken up. The GreeneEffect we talked about last video, if you weren't here, it definitely gave it a little bit of a darker look to our grass. I was impressed. Even my wife said, "Did you spray something on the yard? It looks like darker." And so it was the GreeneEffect. And so actually we're going to talk about that here in a second, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. This, even walking up from the shed as I was getting the sprayer, because we are going to talk about some other things, I'm noticing down here, we're finally getting some growth in these thin areas over here we've been talking about for several weeks by the trees and everything that everybody's like, don't plant grass by the trees. We're finally getting the cooler temps. I need to probably water again. We're supposed to get water tonight. That's why we're going to do what we're going to do today. Even though what we're going to do is probably going to dry on the blades more than likely, but we'll talk about that. But I'm starting to finally see some growth in these areas where it's actually like getting long. So one of the hard things this season has been the lack of water. You know, when we're getting rainfall, guys, we're mowing all the time, right? And I think a lot of you has shared the exact same thing in the comments. We're not mowing a whole lot this season because we're not getting a lot of rain, and that has a whole lot to do with it. So anyways, thank you for checking us out. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We try to do 3 videos a week. We pretty much do 3 videos a week unless something's going on. And we're dealing with turf type tall fescue, GCI, weed free grass seed. We're having some struggles in the front. We've had some struggles in the back, but we're continuing to grow. We're looking great. We're looking good. The color looks fantastic, but I think we can go a little bit darker. And I'm not lying. I'm dead serious. I'm going to spray a little more of the GreeneEffect today. I'm going to add it to my mix. Yes, I'm dead serious. I have my 2.5 gallon over here. For those that missed the last video, it helped. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing grass. I want to see how dark this stuff can get. And it's pretty dark now. Now, I'm not trying to go crazy and let's push it till its limit. No, we're going to do like 3.5, at most 4 ounces per 1,000. The last time, the label calls for 8 ounces per 1,000 of this product if you're doing every 2 to 4 weeks. We did 4 ounces, I think, last time, so I may do the 4, which would be actually what the label called for. So we may do 4 ounces per 1,000 today of the GreeneEffect. I'm going to do it again. And I did not water it in last time, and I saw the effects. So we were discussing that with somebody in the comment section. I think they've changed the label because typically with the foliage application of the next GreeneEffect, you just spray it on and you let it do its thing and it gets absorbed through the plant, and there's a color change. And that's absolutely what happened when I sprayed it last time. I did just the GreeneEffect 700. We did 4 ounces per 1,000, and there was a color change. Again, even my wife noticed, and she don't pay attention all the time to the lawn, but the diagonal and the up and down mow pattern as well makes it stand out and look great. And it also highlights some of the areas that you have trouble spots as far as Poa trivialis and other things. So the other thing that we're going to add in, and I briefly wanted to touch on before we do the spray, and we may just show a little bit of the spray going on, and there's not much to see, but I'll try to throw some in there, is CK. When we're talking about overseeding, we're talking about trying to get our grass, going and going. Some of you up north, it may be a little too late to do this, possibly. I don't know. I would check my ground temps. I would see, is your turf type tall fescue actively growing or not? If you're still actively growing, CK is definitely an option. I like CK. I have done my own test with the St. Augustine plugs that we had. CK seemed to make a difference in the size of the roots in the plant. CK made a difference. The ones that we dip in the CK product, it is just, as you would think, sea kelp. It is 005 sea kelp, 50%. This is I think it's $50 for this pint. if you will. So typically, guys, when I do CK, the label rates that I do is I do 0.5 ounces per 1,000. That's just my rule of thumb. That's basically what it says. It says here, can be applied as often as monthly during the growing season. Do not exceed label rate. Apply no more than half an ounce of CK diluted with a minimum of half a gallon of water per 1,000 square feet. So there it says it right there on the front of the label. And again, why are we putting this in? We're putting this in because we want to help our roots in the active growing season. We want to have this new grass, mainly. The old grass is pretty rooted. It's stuck around from last summer. It made it through summer. It has that badge on it. I made it all the way through a North Carolina summer. It's going to do fine. This is more for your newer grass areas that you want to help those roots dig in deep, fatten up, take up nutrients, and really get dug into the ground solidly, so when spring comes around, it's really going to be ready to take off. That's the idea. This is some of the things that we can do. Biostimulants. This is considered a biostimulant. You're going to see opinions of people that say this absolutely is a waste of money. You're going to see the opinions of someone like me that says, I don't think it's an absolute waste of money. I think it helps. Is it absolutely necessary to have a nice lawn? Well, my lawn answers that question. I have not put CK down. I think I put it down at the time of overseeding in September. And the last time I put CK down prior to that, maybe twice the previous season. So you do not have to do this monthly. You do not have to put it down at all. I do think it can help to help the roots and for new grass to dig roots. That's why I'm hoping applying this is going to help the new grass that we've placed in our lawn and started growing soon. So now the other thing is with the label change of GreeneEffect, you want to water in your CK. You don't want that sitting on the blade. And per the label of GreeneEffect, you can water in GreeneEffect 5 minutes afterwards. That's what it claims to go into the soil. I think you can use GreeneEffect without watering it in. I am not going to water it in. And so keep in mind, what I wanted to point out, what I was thinking about before I came out to make this video is when we do our weed spray, guys, what are we adding? Besides with Speed Zone, we have surfactant already in it, but you're adding a surfactant. What is the purpose of surfactant? So that the herbicide will stick to the plant and it will absorb it and it will kill it. If you don't add surfactant, will it still kill it? Yes, it will, because many times I've not added surfactant and the weed killer actually worked. But sometimes when the liquid from the spray that we're spraying hits the plant, it's going to have that waxy layer that deflects water. You can see it in the bigger plants, obviously. When you pour water, it doesn't just stick to the plant, it runs off of it, right? So even though we're not 100% going to water in CK, it doesn't mean that you're just wasting the product. It will deflect off the plant. It will hit the soil, some of it, but some of it may not be useful. Some of it may be useful that gets down to the dirt. If you're going to use CK, I would recommend you, if you're like, I really want to apply this, I really want to get in the roots, I really want it to work as best it can, then you want to water in CK. And if you're mixing these two together, I would say water both of them in. Per the label, you can do that with GreeneEffect. But for me, I'm not doing it. I'm just adding it in, and that's what we're going to spray today. So that's the quick video today. So we'll just end this video off with the spray, and then I'll be cleaning my equipment, throwing it in, and trying to watch a little bit of college football. I did get to play some golf today. Had the bad pulls and pull with a draw, so even worse. Not only pulling the ball, but I was pulling it with a draw. And I think I shot 85 today, and so it was not good, but yeah, it was fun. It's beautiful. It's 75 in November before Thanksgiving. I give God praise. The lawn's looking great. Got to hang out with some good guys, play with my dad. My dad's working on changing his swing. So we both was on the struggle bus today. I'm not changing my swing. I just played bad. So, but it was fun. Enjoyed it. And so now let's do a little bit of lawn care. I cut on Wednesday, and we definitely don't need to mow. I don't see a lot of growth in my lawn. So let's apply some CK. Let's apply a little more GreeneEffect, and let's see if we get a color change, and I'll update you guys hopefully on the Wednesday video before Thanksgiving. So let's go spray a little bit. So there you have it, guys. Just briefly, I'll just show you from the shade to the sunlight. Spray is down, it's wet, but looks good. Had a little rain last night. I wish I'd have put this down, you know, obviously yesterday to get watered in, but it looks really good. If it does absolutely nothing, that's totally fine. But I will end this on, there is a theory, or maybe the lawn care vets out there can comment below, but the higher nitrogen you go, I want to warn some of you, if you're like, I want to do what Mr. Ferguson does, you may end up seeing more poa-triv. That is something that I think could be logical. I'm not a professional, I'm a DIYer, but I will say the higher end, like I had this thing, I mean, dark as dark can be, beautiful stripes one year, but I do recall, I think I said, where's all this poa-triv coming from? So higher amounts of N may equate to higher amounts of poa-triv issues popping up, because not only are you causing the plant and the good grass to take off, but you are telling the poa-triv to take off and it spreads. So just be aware of that. I don't want to even say, well, you didn't tell me that. Do your own homework. Like, I can't tell everything. I can't get everything in, and everybody's like, well, it's such a long video when you try to tell everything. So do your own homework, but it already looks great. And so, you know, see, I come home and my steak is bent over right here in the driveway. So somebody hit it this morning. That'd be my lovely daughter yet again. But it looks great. So hopefully some of this baby grass can survive. And I do see some of it actually down there. So you see it right there. It is popping up. We're trying to get it up before, you know, where it's mature enough it can take a running over or two. But yeah, it looks great out here. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope if you're traveling and you're watching this in the car, let me know down below, because that's what I do. I throw on a video and watch it in the car. But man, we're looking absolutely gorgeous. And so hope you are as well. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll say it all week, but happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. Hope you enjoy a nice meal and time with your family. And even if they believe or don't believe the way you do, we love our neighbors as ourselves. We love our family. Even though we may see things differently, we continue to pray for those to have, you know, that are less fortunate than us this season. So God bless you guys from Central North Carolina. We'll see you next time.